does such
How do you define trauma?
how do you define trauma, and how does such
No, I'm asking you when you say trauma, because for me um, it's it's a word that because it is used so much in sort of in the description of events and state of people in the 21st century, it almost creates in me a bit of allergy. So I would like to know what you actually what you actually mean when you say trauma.
so maybe the word trauma, let me just
Yeah, I'll tell you what happens in our time, in our generation with this word. It suggests that we legitimize um, uh, our us being queen drama about everything.
mm,
So everything is a trauma. Mother went to the grocery to buy something, and the little Jacob felt that he was abandoned, and it was traumatic for all his life. This is how we sort of now there is events, let's say definitely today, which you can say yes, they are truly dramatic, okay? They are truly out of the ordinary. And then there is a whole sort of discourse of healing. Now, within spirit, the biggest, or you can say, the biggest suffering of the spirit is coming down here. It's not the event of how it is. It's quite the descending from her world to this world actually is the biggest suffering. And now and why it's suffering, because there is a full control of the will to receive to oneself upon her.
mm,
Now, only when there is really a breath her of breathing space for her, when we are able to actually hear her plea, um, her identity, her mission, then we start to speak about something that we can actually have a perspective on ourselves as a will to receive to oneself that actually creates a torment and a daily, hourly torment to our spirit. Now we can perceive ourselves as weaker. Before that, I'm trying to be, as good as I can in relation to the will to receive to oneself. So there's nothing actually that I can control in a way, even and adopt willingness to help. But it's nothing to do with the very nature of myself that does not allow, that suffocates and torment the spirit. Now, if I don't know it, because the spirit did not awake yet, so I cannot, it's unconscious. So I'm not being sort of judged upon it. But the suffering that we speak about it is when actually there is an awakening of the spirit, and there is a huge grace that is being bestowed upon me to see how I actually treat my spirit. Now there is, we can say, now we see the truth about. Now we see the truth. Because what we saw before is we saw a different view of conveniency, of the will to receive to oneself, as it moved through its development and requirement for control, for well-being, whatever, or for healing even. Okay. It's within the soul. There's a now when you enter the work, we are dealing with a different reality, with a different truth about ourselves. Okay? It's not, if you like, we are traumatizing others, meaning the other, which is the spirit. It's nothing to do with us.
Mm.
It's what we cause.
Mm. Yes, exactly, and it resonates very much. And I hope that for the rest of the group that they also received an answer to this, because as I get it right now, it is clear to me that I was 100% on things from more psychological and
Yeah.
therefore corporeal point of
Yeah.
view, that this place of loneliness would be a place of such corporeal um, desperation that I just feel the need, please God help me, but it's still the will to
Yeah.
oneself.
It's still within um, I would say, the arena of the will to receive to oneself,
Yes,
arena of corporality, or arena of the soul, I would say, or the psychological state of humanity. Yeah.
and it's actually you, Rabbah, you brought us back very nicely to it's actually by doing the work and trusting that through the work we will see more of what in us, um, the real necessity, the real
Yeah.
that we have, that will actually lead us to this place of lowliness where we will be able to receive true help.
And truly, it's truly. We think that within what's it, the term language of the work, it seems to us, at least I would imitate a student. Why do you make such a big deal from asking help? I'm asking help. Well, you don't. You ask to control the help. That it will be in our condition of the way we think that change or transformation, yeah, or actually the whole issue of moving into a different nature in is in our control. It's very, very difficult to admit that we don't have this character of bestowal or this quality at all, and we need the help, and the help comes with the control of others, of the other. I mean, not others, but the other. Okay, the higher. This is what he's trying to say here as well, that the other, the ultimate other comes, our perception of the ultimate other comes from all the others. That actually, if we actually understand love thy, well, it was translated neighbor, but it should be love thy friend. So the real friend is actually the creator. But we cannot understand this fraternity but through the, the many representatives of himself in our reality.
Mm, mm, mm.
So this is a sort of sideway as well that comes into this article.